This right here, this is exactly what you need to increase your confidence in sparring, to learn how to properly slip shots and how to move forward without fear. All of that in this episode. Two big announcements on the channel right now. Number one, we are having a giveaway. A strike ready shorts and jersey. All you have to do is get yourself entered. I'm gonna throw a link down below and get yourself some of this new fantastic gear. Number two, my championship courses, what I've used to craft my own style. We're having a big spring sale on right now. Got my defense course, my offense course. Regular pricing is $300, all of it for $100 right now. Link below as well. Now, we are trying to build confidence on how to move forward and be able to execute in sparring. Very often beginners get gun shy because as they step forward, they end up eating a shot. Or they step forward, they throw a shot, and then they eat a shot. And this, in my experience, can all be solved with one drill that sort of scales from beginner to intermediate and then up to advanced. It's still drilling that I do to this day and have been doing since the very beginning of not just my pro career, but the very beginning of my kickboxing training. So what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about learning to get the head off the center line. Now, that sounds like a very simple concept. You're just like, oh, okay, I'll just move my head off the center line. But it gets so much more advanced, which is exactly why I'm bringing you this episode today. We're gonna start off and we're gonna do a tutorial on how to understand executing each of these individually, whether you're standing your ground and being defensive as somebody attacks you, or whether you're wanting to move forward and combo up. And then at the end, we're gonna have a follow along, basically test, like a little training session where I'm gonna throw at you towards the screen and you should be able to just either sit there in the chair. You can even sit down, you don't have to stand up, or stand up and you can just be going, okay, he threw the jab, I'm gonna slip, throw my jab. Oh, he's throwing the cross, I'm gonna slip and throw my cross. But first, the tutorial to help you understand how to do this. Now, the very first thing which you need to know for this is how to slip. If you don't know how to slip correctly, you're not gonna be able to get your head off the center line, evade punches, and throw your own punches. So how do we go about doing this? Well, the big mistake that most people make when they get their head off the center line is they just go, oh, sideways, completely sideways. And when we go completely sideways, there is no rotation of the body and there's no ability for me to properly attack. So instead of slipping completely sideways, I slip forward on a 45-degree angle. I can rotate at the same time, and then instead of my punch being here, I can get so much more power as I slip off the center line. So if I'm just doing my slips, 45-degree angle, little rotation of the shoulders as I do it, maybe a little twist through my feet just to help with that rotation. If you're having trouble and you want to know exactly how far I need to slip, because we don't want to go too far. If I go too far down, number one, I'm slow to get back up, but number two, I might lean into a kick. So what you can do is you can take two pieces of tape, place them about 6 inches apart. You put them onto a mirror. So now you can see yourself and you slip your head until when you're looking in the mirror, you've got your head completely outside the line of one piece of tape. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. If you're going way too far down or you're only going to here, you're gonna know right away. No, that's not far enough. So 2 pieces of tape, approximately 6 inches to 8 inches apart. Distance yourself from them appropriately and then just get that head outside either one of those pieces of tape. And that's a great way to start. So again, I tip slightly forward, I rotate, and I drop my head. That's my slipping motion. That's all we need to know. Now, if I come towards you and I throw my attack, you could very simply just go boom, boom. That's all I need to do. But you haven't given me a reason not to do it again, because all I went was, oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. Oh, I missed. But if I miss and I get hit, and then I try again and I miss and I get hit, all of a sudden I'm gonna really start not wanting to move forward. So I can stand my ground, get my head off the center line, and at the same time, throw my jab. If I lean to the right, I throw my left hand. If I lean to the left, I throw my right hand. And you'll be able to tell very easy which one makes more sense. Coming to the right and trying to throw your right feels very awkward. So just go with what feels the most natural. This is me standing my ground, head off the center line, and using a defensive attack. Stop them from continuing. Now, if I want to be offensive, like I'm just gonna push forward, I can do that exact thing. I just push forward. I do that a few times just to get that motion down. Then I push forward with my head off the center line. And then I push forward with my head off the center line with a punch. And then I push forward with my head off the center line, boom, and then I bring my head back up because I don't want to stay here and try and continue punching because obviously my head's in a bad position. So it's forward, reset the head, finish my combo and exit. Forward and exit. Right now, just the first punch is going to be the head off the center line motion. We can keep ourselves extra safe as we move forward with our head off the center line by also keeping our chin tucked. So instead of having my head way up here and coming down, I keep my chin pulled in and I look through my eyebrows. It's kind of a good way to explain it. Just kind of looking right there. Now if I get hit, at least it's in the forehead, which is much nicer than getting tapped in the nose. Now, one of the questions I get very often when I teach this sort of thing on the offense is people go, oh, how many times should I get my head off the center line? Should I get my head off the center line on the first move and then again, and then again, and then again? You could, I suppose, but it's going to dramatically slow you down. So in general, if you do like moving your head more frequently as you punch, I would advise something like, okay, I get my head off the center line, I throw a couple punches, and I get my head off the center line again, and maybe I throw a couple more punches, and then I exit. Something like, okay, head off the center line, and then back up. That's fine. But trying to dramatically throw your head around is eventually going to get you hit hard and probably knocked down. So one or two, head off the center line, at the end, head off the center line. Very safe way to go about doing things. If you can get all of this and start drilling it consistently, where you feel very comfortable with a fast combo, where on the first move your head's off that line, you're going to be much more confident. Because I can go, all right, I'm standing here with Bob, and the last couple of times I tried to move forward with my head high, the guy's throwing back. And I'm kind of maybe eating a shot, but now I get to there. I just move my head off that line, and then I go 1, 2, and I'm gone. Or other way, 1, 2, and then I'm gone. And then you can start building up. 1, 2, 3, 4, heads off the center line. I can use this to step back or roll out, and then I get back to here. Bit by bit, again, by drilling this in your shadow boxing or playing with it in a mirror at home, you're going to start to go, oh, there's a safe way for me to move forward. And because of that, you will be less gun shy on trying to close the distance. But all the little basics, you got to touch on them. So now what I want to do is I want to very simply give you beginner level, intermediate level, and advanced level, where you can start playing with this with me as your virtual partner. What I am doing right now, you can absolutely do with a real life partner. If you have a partner that you can train with who's willing to do this type of stuff with you, perfect, even better. So let's start off and let's go stage number 1. And we're almost going to do it in reverse of what we just did. Stage number 1 is going to be you coming towards me. I make it super simple for you. I literally put a hand out, I put the other hand to my chest. If I put my left hand out, you punch with your left hand. So you see this left hand out and you go, oh, okay, I'm going to step forward, touch his chest fast. If I put my right hand out, you get your head to the outside, you come and you cross. If you're an orthodox fighter, you cross fast. So I'm just going to be here like this. And I just want you to go, boom, close the distance, step in, step out, and just drop that head, always keeping the other hand high. I'm just gonna get you 10 of these really fast, all right? Hands are up, react quick. 1, and you should be gone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's how I would start, very simply, if I was teaching somebody as a beginner, because they have that extra moment to figure out what's happening. They see the jab stuck out there, they can go, okay, I want to move my head to the outside of the arm as opposed to the inside, because on the inside, the cross is much closer. If you go to the outside, they have to rotate further, so it's slower for them to follow up. They miss the first one, and by the time they get to that, you could already be into your second shot or gone. So it's an easy way for a beginner to get comfortable. The next stage, which I would do with somebody, is I would go, throw at my chest, and all I'm gonna do is throw at your head. Doesn't matter if I get the right hand or not, but as you come forward, I'm gonna be jabbing you in the head. You better move. So if you guys are just standing there and you're just like, okay, on the count, step in and punch, but imagine there's a shot coming at your head. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, that one seems easier than what we did before, but the sort of caveat or the reason there that is more difficult is you have a live punch coming at you as opposed to just this stationary thing. Next now, we move to me stepping forward and I'm going to attack you. As I attack you, you have to get your head off that center line and touch my chest. Of course, when I say touch the chest, this is just an easy way to drill and stay safe. You would put the shots up to the jaw. So you'd lift it that 6 inches. If you're drilling with somebody, down there. If it's live, up there, of course. So now I'm gonna come forward, but I'm not going to put you on the spot too much and be like, oh, you don't know which arm is coming. I'm gonna do 5 jabs and you just work. You don't have to move your feet now. You're just stopping them. All right, and 1. And I put it here. 2, if I don't want to take impact. 3, 4, 5, and the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now from here, you don't know which side's coming. Don't stare at the hands. Remember, hands lie. I can pump this arm out and try to get you to shift your head and then boom, catch you with the next one. You watch the shoulders, because most people, when they want to hit you, they have to rotate to get enough distance. We don't stand right here where people can just do this. So you watch the shoulders, you watch this little triangle between the belly button to shoulders, soft gaze at the body so you can see everything that's happening, not just staring at the logo on my shirt like, oh, I'm gonna stare so hard that I can see right there. No, taking in everything. So I'm standing here, you wait for my movement, and you try to use your jab in that instance. Again. This is exactly how I would start training a beginner who's doing a good job on those previous drills, which we just touched on, because now they have to react to my timing. And if you're more advanced, you can get your head off the center line and finish your combo and do that on your own right now. It could be a 3-punch combo. Good, okay? That, when it's done fast, mixed in with the other drills, is a fantastic way to start learning about closing distance confidently and how to stop somebody when they're ultra aggressive. So I could be standing there and be like, okay, step forward and jab, boom. Now cross. And then I move towards them and I throw the jab, see if they react properly. Throw the jab. I could stick my hand right out sometimes too, make it super simple for them. Throw the jab. Whoa, slip the cross. Slip the jab. I can talk to them and give them a little bit of time ahead, or we could do all of it silent with no talking. I prefer no talking if possible, because that's much more similar to what we do when we're fighting. Obviously, there's very little talk aside from your cornermen, and sometimes you can't even pick up what they're saying anyway, between nerves and volume in the room and all that other stuff. So I know this is a longer episode, and the people who are still here at the end, you're the ones who are very much going to improve from this, because now you understand how to properly slip, how to time punches, how to keep yourself safe as you slip. You understand how to drill this, and you understand how to follow up with combinations. The only thing that I want to point out that some people make a mistake at the end is overcommitting the head forward. Yes, we don't want to go straight sideways, but we don't want to drop our head down. Stay fairly neutral and just get that little touchdown. You can see it's not too dramatic. The more dramatic your head movement, the more chance that you're going to end up one day colliding into somebody's technique. And we don't want that. Definitely don't want that. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. Get subscribed if you have not already. Remember, it's free to do so. As always, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.